it's working. Yeah, I see that.
All right, hello. This is our debriefing for standard 3.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring up the rubric right now, and we'll talk about how we implemented this into the classroom. So the first part of standard 3 was collaboration for safe, positive learning climate, and it talks about bringing a positive, safe climate to the classroom, and one where there's mutual respect and support. The one thing that I could think of to support that part of the standard was to do group work, and the one part I focused on that was where I talked about a climate of openness, or I let the students choose how the groups were going to be formed.
So how did the kids do a good job at that?
Yeah.
Was that some good groups?
Yeah, they did. One student, Brian, kind of figured out a way to split the guys up into groups and the girls up into groups so that it was fair, and everyone was pretty happy with that. So everyone agreed on it mutually and moved on. The next part of the standard was student-centered classroom, and there's a few things that I did for that. One of them was I let them choose between the pro and the con on their question for their group work. And then the second part, I let them choose within the group who was doing what task. I just let that open, and it went well. They didn't really waste too much time. I noticed though when I let them choose pro or con, they did take extra time, and I think for a class I only have 40 minutes. I think next time I would pick what side they were doing. Guys, we're videoing in here. You got to get out of here, please. What's going on? And yes, we're gonna have to keep moving here. I'm not sure what's going on up there. So yeah, this student-centered thing. I let them choose what pro or con of which one side they wanted to support of the question, and choose the jobs within the group, and it went well. We pretty much completed all of the parts of the task. The next part of the standard was managing the learning environment, and that was back to the group thing again, where I put them in the 4 corners.
Right.
And then while they were in the 4 corners, I still had a problem with the audio when they did the presentations. And I'm videoing in here, guys. So in and out. It's okay. So. So while sorry, I just lost track here. Managing where am I here?
Is this where you were doing the nonverbal stuff too?
That's the next one.
Okay.
Managing the learning environment. I let them go into the 4 corners. So, and then I, informed them of their tasks, what was going to be what was expected of them. So.
You also prepared the technology stuff beforehand too. I know
That's the last part that we're getting there. The verbal and nonverbal communications. There were certain situations where it says to take and respect the student's family and cultural background. So there was not lots of times, but a few times I had to tell the students to speak in English.
Sure.
And that's they're obviously learning. This is a second language for them, and I'm pretty strict with that rule because I know the level that they're at. So English is the language that needs to be spoken. And then the last one, use of, and this is one that took us, we spent quite a bit of time trying to figure this one out. Use of interactive technologies, and I know you wrote that in your evaluation as well, where we tried doing Google Docs.
Yeah.
tried using the tablets, and people at the school really have no idea how to use the tablets. And there's something called Schoolbox. There's something called Schoolbox that that the school has, but we had trouble trying to get the kids to just have a document where they could write and see what other students were writing, so it would be more of an interactive element.
Because your original idea was to have them working like at the same time across multiple devices, which was a really good idea.
And writing their scripts
Right.
using the group document, but we tried, spent at least an hour trying to. We were logging in with our email addresses, and
it was a nightmare.
it wasn't working very well. So we came up with the idea to just audio record, and then that worked well because they weren't the video. The video sometimes was a problem. They were kind of scared to have their face, so we tried using audio. It worked a lot better. Only problem was that they had during their presentations, it was sometimes kind of hard to hear because the room's loud, and
yeah, it's a small room for presentations.
all right. And is there anything else that?
No, I think the class went well, so it was a good week for that.
All right. Cheers.
Right.